As they witnessed Tangle and Whisper getting their energy drained by against their will, everyone began to feel horrified for their friends. "Oh no!" Cream cried. "This is terrible! What are we gonna do?" Wave asked. "We gotta break out of this cage and help them," SBO said. With that said, they attempt to break out of the cage that they were trapped in. Sonic and Shadow performed their main attack to break down the bars down. Knuckles, Big, and Storm tried to punch the balls where the areas Rouge, SBO, and Blaze tried to kick down the bars. In addition, Amy used her Pico Pico hammer to knock them down. Vector even tried clawing at the bars. The others took notice of this and looked at the crocodile. "I couldn't think of another way. I panicked," Vector explained. But none of the bars seemed to be break or due to their strong destiny. The others had to find a lock in the cage, but there was no lock, unfortunately. In common, they were running out of time was running out for the girls because they got down to the floor and moaned. Shadow stopped what he was doing, turned to look at Lavinia. At this point, the idea. "Hey guys, wait a minute," Shadow said. "I think I have an idea." The others stopped their actions and turned to hear the ultimate life form out. He walked towards Lavinia. "Lavinia, I think it's time we pray to Tika and Chaos," Lavinia said. Her powers from summoning the mystic melody, playing the Tikas and Chaos. The mystic power used to play for those who were weak in battle in order for them to regain their energy and or being healed from when they were hurt. Lavinia nodded and said, "I think you're right. Everyone, gather up in the circle." Due to the cage's size, it wasn't big enough to hold everyone around the circle with no problem at all. As they did so, they all stand hand in hand, getting ready to pray. "All right, Lavinia," Sonic said to his sister. "Start us off when you're ready." Lavinia nodded before lowering her head and closing her eyes. Her friends did the same thing. She began to lead the group with her prayer recital. "Tika and Chaos, above, hear our plea," she said. "Tika and Chaos, here above, hear our pray." Pray, the others repeated. Their bodies began to glow bright. "Please protect Tangle and Whisper from the evil greed," Lavinia said. "Please protect Tangle and Whisper from the evil greed," the others repeated. At this point, their bodies glowed brighter and brighter. "Guard them with your brightest light," Lavinia said. "Guard them with your brightest light," the others repeated. Their bodies glowed so bright that the room glowed as well. "And shield them with all your might," Lavinia said. "And shield them with all your might," the others repeated. In an instant, everyone who felt extremely strong force had raised their heads up for Tangle and Whisper, who were just laying down weakly on the floor and began to glow. All of them looked at each other, realizing that their friends were lending them their own energy. As they turned around and looked at their friends, Sonic and the gang were dimming, sending in their energy. They yelled at Tangle and Whisper, whereas the girls smiled and looked back at them. Tangle used her tail to revive Whisper's variable whisper and make it a mask before handing them to her. After she was given the items, she hugged Tangle and thanking her. They smiled at each other and then they were getting up from the floor. At the same time, Dr. Starling's laser gun powered down immediately. He took notice of that and tried to understand what was wrong with it. He took it and said, "What in the world? I don't understand. It was working fine a moment ago." Tangle used her tail and smacked the platypus across the face, knocking him to the ground, and she even wrapped her tail around Eggman, tossing him to the computer, knocking him out in the process. Tangle gave Whisper a thumbs up. The wolf opened her eyes confidently and smiled at her friend. Before putting her mask on, she pointed at the variable wisp in the cage and shot up her pink wisp at it. The spikes on the wisp was so sharp that it broke through that the bars successfully gave away, leaving Sonic and his friends free. Whisper also pointed her wisp at the capsule. Slinger, Claire, and Smithy, they were in the chute of Can Wisp at them. The capsule broke in half, allowing them to escape. Mimic took notice of that all the commotion. He didn't know what to do or what to say to the heroes. They walked out towards the purple octopus, closing down on him. Hey, guys, Mimic said nervously. Wait a minute. Why don't we take a moment and talk it over? Talk it over my foot, Tangle said, wrapping her tail around the purple octopus as tight as she could. Oh no, Mimic said. Oh yeah, the hero said. You're finished, Mimic, Sonic said. And your mayhem that you caused in life has put up and sleep has come to an end. You are a disgrace to the Diamond Cutters, Mimic, Smithy scolded. I had a feeling that our lives would have been cut short hurt because of you, Claire said. You're not so cool no more. You're lame, Slinger. Ner mocked. Whisper, you know I was only joking with you, right? Whisper asked. More like you were haunting us, triggering our fears, Whisper explained. You did it sound like jokingly? Of course, absolutely not. Mimic tried to wiggle out of the hopes of making Tangle loosen her grip without any success. He tried shapeshift into Eggman, then Vector the crocodile to get the tail to loosen his grip. But as he did so she said, "You will never get rid of me. I will haunt your nightmares and continue. There's no such thing as friendship, partnership, and love." That's where you're wrong, Mimic, Tangle said. Put a sock into it, Knuckles said. Will you do the honor, Whisper? Smithy asked. Finish the job, Whisper? Sonic said. With pleasure, Whisper said as she lifted her variable whip Vispon, and then she turned to the cube mode. Mimic the octopus Whisper shouted, haunt us no longer. She slammed her weapon down and the octopus in an instant everything went completely white. In real life, Sonic opened his eyes and halfway and sat up from his sleeping bag. Did we do it? Sonic thought, rubbing his eyes. Did we get rid of Mimic once and for all? The others woke up with a matter of seconds. What a long night, Big said with a yawn. I feel so refreshed, Rouge said while stretching. The dream screens were turned off and Omega turned around to look at the heroes and announced, Good morning, friends and allies. Mimic has been destroyed. Mission accomplished. Everyone began to feel so relieved. I knew we could do it, Sonic said. It looks like Mimic isn't going to come back anymore, Amy said. It looks like we should thank Tangle and Whisper for their help, Silver said. They all agreed. But as soon as they were about to thank them, they couldn't find Tangle and Whisper. Where are Tangle and Whisper? Storm asked. They were there last night, but where are they? Marine asked. They were there, but where were they now? Amy asked. They looked around the room to find them. However, Sonic saw them on the couch, and he poked on Tails' shoulder. As soon as Tails turned around, Sonic quietly hushed him and pointed onto the couch. The rest of their friends turned to Sonic's direction, and he found Tangle and Whisper sleeping peacefully on the couch. It looks like they went through a long night, huh, Sonic? Tails asked quietly. They sure did, Tails, Sonic whispered. They sure did. In their dream, Tangle and Whisper were standing together after they defeat Mimic. Well, Mimic is finished, Tangle said. You did great, Whisper. Thank you, Tangle, Whisper said with a smile. I think we made a great pair. They shared a fist bump. Whisper, a voice called. They turned to see a wolf and one of their teammates walking towards them. Guys, Whisper said as they all ran up and shared a hug. Tangle watched the moment before it wiped away a tear from her eye. Everyone, I'd like you to meet my new friend, Tangle the Lemur, Whisper said. Tangle, this is Singler of the Ocelot, Clairvoyage is the Howler monkey, and Smithy the lion. Hey there, Tangle said, waving at them. Whisper told me a lot about you guys, Claire hugged the lemur. It's such a delight to meet you, Tangle, she said. You're pretty cool, Slinger said, sharing a fist bump with Tangle. We want to thank you for helping Whisper bring us justice, Smithy, he said, shaking her hand. That was no problem, guys, Tangle said. After they introduced themselves to the diamond cutters began to disappear. It looks like our time is up, Smithy said, but we have one more thing to say before we go. I foresee a bright future for you and your friends, Claire said. Continue to be awesome, guys, Slinger said, and the more you work together, the stronger the bond will become, Smithy said. We wish you the best of luck. Then they disappeared into thin air. Whisper was a little sad, but smiled when Tangle when she placed her hand on her shoulder. They shared a best friend hug. In real life, they smiled in their sleep. Now that Mimic was no longer haunting their dreams, everyone could finally sleep in peace. Whoa, boy. I don't remember if I finished reading this last year or something, but I honestly don't remember. I remembered I narrated this last year, but I don't remember if I finished it or not, or maybe it was in the process of it being finished, but it just wasn't finished. I don't remember. But, and anyways, my little pretties, that was Nightmare on Station Square, a Sonic the Hedgehog, a Sonic the Hedgehog fan fiction, well, or a crossover between that and Nightmare on Elm Street, written by Bailey Maloney. Bailey Maloney, I want to thank you so much for sending me the story. I want to thank you very much for sending me the story. I had a great time narrating this, and it was actually quite fun. Now, anyways, let's get on with this story, shall we? I honestly thought this fanfiction was actually pretty good. Now, since this one is long, I'm going to keep the review as short as I possibly can. But I could definitely say all the chapters were pretty good. Like, every single chapter of this was just flat out amazing. And I could definitely say that there was a lot of time and effort put into the story, which is good. I have to commend that it was actually pretty good in this matter way. I could definitely say there was a lot of concept, in it, and which is really cool. The grammar was really good. I can definitely guarantee, I love the grammar of this story. The grammar was, very well done, and I honestly thought this one was a really good, concept, which is amazing. Everything about it was just flat out awesome, and I could definitely say that there was definitely time and effort put into it, which that's a very good thing when it comes to reading this. When it comes to reading this, you're obviously going to know that this person did a good job, which in this case, this one did a pretty good job. And I can definitely say, Bailey, you did an amazing job with the story. That's something I can definitely fully say, is that this story was flat out amazing. And that is a very good thing when it comes to it. When I look at the story, I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is just amazing. It's just flat out awesome. I could definitely say. Now, the first chapter was... Now, there's obviously 6 chapters of this, so I am going to explain. The concept of all of itself was actually pretty good. It reminded me of Nightmare on Elm Street, which it's a pretty good idea when you took inspiration from it. I don't remember if I finished narrating this, last year, but I can't remember. But for those who remember me from my old back in last year, you guys can let me know in the comments below. I obviously don't remember because, it's been a long time. Now, chapter 1 was really good. I can definitely say that. Chapter 2 was pretty good as well. I liked the third chapter overall. I thought the third chapter was pretty cool. And the ending of this story, was pretty sad. Sad, but good as well. It was a happy ending. The fourth chapter was pretty good. It's probably one of the longest chapters because that one almost took me about 20 minutes to read. The fifth and sixth chapters were pretty good as well. Now, the thing that I do appreciate with this story was the grammar, the sentence structuring, the paragraph structuring, the storyline. Everything about this story was just flat out amazing. There was definitely a lot of time and effort put into the story. And this is the very good thing when it comes to that. The sentence structuring of its own self was just flat out amazing. And I can definitely say that there was a lot of time and effort put into the story. And that is something I could definitely say, was that it flat out amazing. And that is a very good thing. But sadly enough fanfictions don't really put a whole lot of effort into the story anymore. I don't understand why that's the case. But I guess maybe it's just because people don't like to put time and effort into the story anymore. And, if you look on Goshia, I might make a separate video why I don't use Goshia Wiki for, anything really much. Except if I'm reading my fans their stories or something like that. Is because, I already took a look at it. There's, a lot of cliche madness with stories. And even if there were new stories, the grammar was slightly a little better. But it's just cliched and it's just an awful lot of mess. And that's going to be something. Which I will make a video probably regarding Goshia Wiki very soon. I really hope to do it. But I can definitely say that this fanfiction did a pretty good job. And this is the very good thing about Sonic. Now, do I have anything negative to say about any of these chapters? Or the whole story? No. I don't have anything negative regarding to them. I actually thought this story was actually pretty good. Despite this being, better than the Goshia Wiki stories, which I agree. the Goshia Wiki is garbage, which I will make a video regarding why I don't like the Goshia Wiki. You know, just to kind of, you know, explain to people, you know, why I exactly don't like it. You know, just to kind of, you know, explain it. Because, you know, lots of people now these days, when it comes to Goshia Wiki, there's like a lot of stuff. And that is going to be a thing that I'm going to talk about probably in the next video. You know, regarding why I don't post stories on there. Well, yeah, but anyways, that's going to be another video, because, you know, I don't want to make the review as long as I can, but I'm trying to make this short. Now, there's nothing negative about the story. I don't see anything wrong with it that I didn't like, or anything like that. Never saw anything like that. It was actually flat out amazing, and I actually really thought this one was pretty good. Now, everything about it, which is flat out awesome, which I could definitely, really good. Now, it's just really flat out amazing, which I can definitely say that this one was actually pretty cool. Now, is there anything else I have to say? Well, I guess I kind of said, you know, what I liked about it and stuff like that. So, yes. I guess, what I'm trying to say it is, like, this story was actually awesome. Now, if you guys are wondering, you know, about, if you guys are wondering where this movie is from, well, where I got this story, I actually got this story, well, it's on Gmail. Bailey Maloney has it. So, Bailey Maloney, I want to thank you so much for the story. This story was actually amazing. You did a very good job. There was a lot of time and effort put into the story, which I could definitely say that that's really good about the story, is that there was a lot of time and effort into the story. Sadly, now these days, stories don't have time and effort, and I don't understand why, but that's just the case. But anyways, like I'm going to say, and like I will always continue to say, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. That's all. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these, creepypastas. This is simply my own personal thoughts, and my final rating of this story would have to be a flat out 10 out of 10 for the whole thing. It was actually really, really interesting. There was a lot of great concept to it. I actually thought this was amazing. There was definitely time and effort put into the story, which I can definitely say. There's a lot of time and effort put into the story, so that's something I can definitely say, was that there was time and effort, and that's the very good thing I like about this story. But other than that, the story was actually pretty good. Now, I guess I kind of, you know, already explained what I like about it and stuff like that, so I guess, yeah, I guess I can, you know, and wrap up the review, since this one was actually pretty good. So, yeah. Anyways, what did you all think about this creepypasta? Or fan fiction? I'm gonna call it creepypasta, because, well, to me, it kind of is like a creepypasta. But anyways, what did you all think about this, fan fiction or creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me now what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell when I upload, so you guys will not miss an upload. And like always, please roll the outro, because I'm out of here. And I will be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and we'll be seeing you all next time.